What's up, everybody? We're halfway through Monarch Legacy of Monsters Season 2 with episode 204 to get into today. Before I do that, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. It's a huge help and you'll never miss a video that way, so thank you. Now let's dive in. Right out the gate, I love this song they played as we get into things in the past with Bill Randa. This casting of the Durs as a younger John Goodman, a younger Bill, continues to be one of my favorite things about this universe, not just this show, the Monsterverse itself. They've got that comedic genius, and that allows them to step into these different roles using their strength, comedy, to humanize a variety of character archetypes and to do so subtly. The creators use that opening to roll us through time and send us back to the present day monster fighters. With them, it was more of the same for me. I like a lot, a ton of the ideas they lay out. I think this show is much closer to, Godzilla minus one status than anything from the Monsterverse, the Universal Monsterverse, but so often they miss the mark executing that idea in the show. Sometimes it's the script, and sometimes it's the actor, the cast, failing to convey that idea. Regardless, it happens too often. In this episode, it was Kate's story, the back half of her solo journey to San Francisco. She deserved to reconnect with a student that she saved. It just didn't feel like the right time to me. I don't think it should have been, her inspiration to go back after Titan X. Part of that is that I feel like they're scattering the story a bit too much because they feel like they have to, but just because the teacher gives out a template doesn't mean everybody's getting an A. I think they need to decide whether this show is going to be Monsterverse or it's going to be taken seriously. The hybrid isn't working for me. With that being said, this bar scene washed away all my problems with the episode. Kurt Russell was fucking hilarious during this, and at first, I was into the heist of the week. I thought it got off to a promising start, but it fell apart once they got to the Apex building. From the dialogue, like May officially doing something 50 times, that's an exaggeration, but they do it too many times in the episode, to the time skipping they do to get through the 23 hours for the kaiju to apparently get to San Francisco, it really fell apart. The one saving grace was the company Warren Apex's shady business. May's boss, I'm blanking on her name right now, but her entire savior speech is a lie, it's bullshit, but you also know, and this is the worst part about it, that she believes the end she's reaching for is such a game changer, so vastly important, that there should be no rules to the means it takes to get there. It's a little too real. Then this week's episode got real good as we got another quick flashback. Funny how that always seems to happen. The entry into this flashback with the Randas and Lee finding Bill's work that they didn't know about was incredible. Doing it with memories is one thing, this is another thing, and it works so well in this situation. We've also got Billy's map, bringing them back to Santa Soledad, the island from the flashbacks. They've been so damn good at crafting this throughout both seasons. But I want to circle back to something I mentioned earlier in my review, how I wanted them to tighten things up for the back half of the season because they made a bizarre decision towards the end of 204. I just don't understand bringing Kate back into the fold right as you branch May off into another storyline. Like, I hate to overshadow the heartfelt moment with Lee and Kate, or the promise it gives to the government and company storylines, or even the new layer of problems with Keiko and Hiroshi. I just don't get it. Now, I'm never going to be a huge fan of the episodes that spend as little time in the past as this one did. I'll say it till I run out of air, that's the gold mine. Hell, it could be the entire show, and let's be honest, it would be better off. However, I did think this one, 204, was one of the better examples of the creatives getting it done, to a certain extent, without leaning on the flashback trio with that story. It wasn't too bad. And so that's going to do it for my review of the 4th episode from Monarch Legacy of Monsters Season 2. Let me know what you thought of both the episode and the season so far, since we're halfway through now, down in the comments below. Subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed today's video, smash that like button on your way out, and make sure you have a great day.